Hi guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the round 7 opener in terms of St Kilda versus Port Adelaide, going through who went well. Well, basically just going through Rowan Marshall and how he dominated everything. And yeah, so before we get into it, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, I'll make this, I think I can make this, can I do that? Nope, I cannot make it any bigger. Okay. So Marshall here absolutely dominated. He went 30, 58, 39, 32 quarters and has turned into the second best ruck in the comp. I mean, if I go over here and I go to positions, ruckman, not price, average, Nanker's out with a 110 and Darcy's going at a 101, whereas we have Marshall at 112 and English at 119. So yeah, that's he's turned into the clear second best ruckman at the moment by 11 points over an active player and by like a point or two over a guy that's injured at the moment. And yeah, that second quarter was just absolutely crazy, and the fact that he probably should have had another couple of tackles added at the end as well. Like, I think he had 2 tackles added, or had a tackle added at the start of the third or something. But he should have had another 2 or 3 tackles and could have honestly ended up with like 165, 170, which would have been ridiculous. Steele is a guy that I'm looking at getting in. There's a couple of options, and I'll go through that in my team review video that comes out probably Tuesday. And yeah, he was ridiculous. First quarter started off really strong. Second quarter pretty good. Third and fourth added up for 62 in the half. And if we go over to Steele here, we can see he's averaging now 106, and he ended up with 28 disposals, 5 marks, 11 tackles. I don't expect him to keep up the 11 tackle effort that he had, but I think that will drop to 7 or 8, so maybe he drops another 10 or so points. But still, if he's averaging 105, 110 for the rest of the year, then that's really, really good from him. Sinclair here, a 119. I just needed him, honestly, to not score that well, to be honest. I needed, with the plan that I have in place, I needed him to probably get another like 10 or so less points, and Andy McGrath to hold his price, and I could have got him and someone else, but that doesn't look the case, so I'm going to go down another route, it looks like. But Sinclair did really well first quarter and just looked really dominant, to be honest. Wanganeen Malira started off really well and faded pretty harshly in the second half because he has an injury, it looks like, or was just struggling with something to do with his knee. But that first half where he got to 79, is it? Yeah, 79. That was really, really, just really good for him. Gresham came home really, really strong. He was on 59.5, and then he tried to basically will them on to win the game, but in the end it didn't get them over the line. Wilkie came back strong from a disappointing game last week. Hunter Clark was alright. Woods a little bit down this week. So he's sort of returning back to his norm of, I would say he's probably going to average like 91 or 90 this year, as I think that's pretty fair after the start he had. I think he had like 5 tons in a row or something, or very close to. So, and then there's no one else really here to talk about. Machito Owens didn't get the big score that I think he probably could have gotten for how well he played. Stocker did nothing in the last quarter, which would have annoyed owners, as he could have easily probably ended up with an 85 or 90, but ended up with a 65, as he was on 68 at 3/4 time. And if you take any one of these quarters, even this quarter here, he ends up with an 82, this quarter here a 92, and here he would end up with a 98 if he replicated quarter 3. And Philippou just struggling, and the thing is, for him, I'm going to have to look at the break-evens, but I'm pretty confident that I will be getting rid of Jinby over Philippou, just because Jinby is has just a much lower much higher break even, and Philippu's probably going to stay around that 50 or so break even. He's not going to go up to that like 60, 65, 70 break even. So getting Jinbi and Philippu out in the next couple of weeks is going to be crucial for me, as I just need to get them out. And then now we move on to Port, and Boak came home ridiculously. Like, yes, he was tracking all right. He was on 74 at 3/4 time, but he put in a 50 last quarter to get to a ridiculous number. I still wouldn't be jumping on him just due to this, that averages before this game, but I think he's going to be probably averaging about 65, 70, I would say, for Boak. Maybe even more. 70, yeah. 70 because he didn't play the first game. And the second game, So he's probably a 75, 80 scorer on a regular basis, but that's not good enough for anyone at that price, I guess. Houston here just came home really strong as well. Still wouldn't be getting him just because of his inconsistency. Horne-Francis dominated the game in terms of clearances, but had so many turnovers and clangers that he sort of discounted from his game and only ended up with a 98. So I wouldn't be going for him either. Rosie had a pretty bad game, and I'm pretty sure someone was on him. From memory, someone was just running along with him the whole time. I think it was Ross from memory. And he just struggled to necessarily get into the game, and that's why he ended up with an 84, but he still outscored Butters for the game, and he's going up in price as well, which is good, even though he's going to be a keeper. Finlayson did all right. Butters started off strong in the first quarter, and I started to doubt my decision if he was actually going to be like a knockout sort of type guy, but and be that guy that I was going to miss out on and others were going to take advantage of. But I'm glad that I haven't gone for him, just because he's played West Coast and St Kilda and gone 88, 82, and really hasn't set the game on fire. And he just looked, he got so many disposals, but I think he ended up with about 25, 30 touches. Oopsie, didn't mean that. Let's see what he ended up with. He ended up with 27 touches and only 82 fantasy points, so it wasn't a good effort from him, to be honest. And to be outscored by Connor Rosie, who had, I think, like maybe 15 or 16 touches. Probably a little bit more. Where's Rosie? Here he is. Rosie ended up with 19 touches, so Rosie had 8 less touches than Butters and still outscored him because he's got more tackling ability, and Butters just didn't do anything like marks-wise or anything. 4 and 3, so Butters really struggled. Then you've got Bergman, Burton, Powell, Pepper, Drew. Williams was all right as a rookie. Didn't see this coming, to be honest. And so I'm not going to jump on him because I don't think... Well, first of all, he's going to be like 300k, and there's almost no point jumping on a rookie at that price, especially after he's put up a couple of 40s beforehand. If he put up 60, 60, and then gone 60 again instead of the 40, 40, 40, 60... that we've seen, I think he would be a little bit more predictable, and some people would be more inclined to jump on him. But at that price tag with that inconsistency, I'm not doing it. Wine's just disappointing again. He's just not looked like the player that he was. Teakle did all right, but got dominated in the second half. Willie Rioli, McKenzie, Dixon had another shocker, Bonner, and then Dersma got subbed out. And that's pretty much it. So if I go back to the main screen, there we go. That's my review of the St Kilda versus Port Adelaide game to start round 7, and how Rowan Marshall dominated and pretty much got the VC for most people and started off the big round of scoring that we've seen. So I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks guys. Goodbye.